Alright, so a while back, we had a video making chord progressions from a melody, so now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to take those same chord progressions and make melodies from them. However, this time we're only going to do 3 instead of 5, just to save some time. And, just as before, we're going to have quote-unquote prompts on how to write these melodies. So this first one is going to be a leap and then falling. So we leap up to a note and then we just bring our way down. The next one is going to use the idea of landing on the third on every downbeat. So the downbeat of every measure needs to be on the third of the chord. And this next one is going to be using text. Now, I don't mean using text as in like, we're going to write lyrics. The idea is, in order to come up with a melody, sometimes you can give yourself words and just imagine you're singing those words, and then you have a melody. You don't have to use that text. It can be for an instrument that isn't the voice, but it's just using this text as a way to say, okay, this is what the melody could be. And I'm going to make sure real fast that you guys can hear this on not the piano. So we will set this instrument to clarinet in B flat. There we go. So then the bottom one should be piano, and there we are, good to go. So let's start, leap and falling. Guess it makes sense. We'll start on Do, and then let's just assume we're gonna end on Do. This prompt does not tell us how much we have to leap and fall each time. We could leap up to here, and then fall down over the course of a bunch of measures. We could just leap up a little bit and then work our way down a hair, then leap a bunch. We can do whatever we want. So I'd say let's just start with quarter notes. So let's go an octave. That's always fun. Now we need to land on something in this chord, or use a suspension, something like that. We can of course use as many non-chord tones as we'd like, but I'm just going to leave this on A for here. Although I might make it a half note, just so that we have kind of a figure. If we then say this is our figure, we can use that a bunch over and over. So then let's do that again, but maybe a little different this time. So instead of C to C, maybe we're D to D. And we have a B flat in this chord. If we put a B flat here, then it's really going to bring out the fact that there's B flat and then B natural. We could play off of that and say, boom, that's our melody, is going from that B flat to a B natural, which could be fun. We could not do that and have this go to maybe G or down to all the way to E, although I don't think that's going to be super convincing, having this tritone here at the end of the phrase. What if we went down more? What if instead of going down by a step here, we went down by a little bit more? So maybe we go F, E. That's pretty smooth motion. Usually when you leap larger than a fifth, you want to step back in the opposite direction. But that's like a strict counterpoint rule. We don't have to do that if we don't want to. Let's leap up again. So we kind of have this moving thing going up. We did C, D, so maybe now we just do E. Kind of feels like we're building up to something by going up a hair each time we hear the figure. So, okay, here's something I'm kind of liking. We have this short figure and then a short figure. We can either do the short figure now, or we could then extend the figure moving over to this C. So you kind of have this 2-bar section, 2-bar section, 2-bar section stretched into 4 bars. So just keep going like we're going. So maybe we have C and then A. Then down. E. Maybe we have E, C, B. What if we then go with Fa, Mi? Instead of ending on Do, we end on a higher Mi. That's an option. And then that would give us this. thing, I want to put this, I want to put a B there, just to have a little bit more variety, especially here at the end. I feel like a little bit more rhythmic drive could help us, so maybe putting eighth notes in here in ways that make sense. So here we have bum 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 bum. Okay, I like this as is. I'd say let's just move on. So the next one is landing on the third. If we say that, then we're gonna just go through and we can just put a third on all of the downbeats, because we know that's what we're gonna do. So this is G, so we'll say B, then this is, so F, E, this is G, this is D, so F, but F sharp, and then E. That's not right, C. There we go. So now, instead of just going all quarter notes like we did up here, what if we said we wanted to go, what if we come up with a short rhythmic pattern that we can reuse? So maybe just, what if we do a quarter note, 2 eighth notes, and then 2 quarter notes? Something like that. Okay, so where does that put us? I want to approach this from the top, so we'll go A, G for the end there. And this one, I feel like we need to go up some. What if we go up A as part of the chord? Arpeggiated a hair. And then here we go above the A. So this would be kind of like pushing to the G and then kind of resolving down to the A. It won't be a super strong dissonance because it's so far after this, but like there's an idea there. Now as for this, I want to take a little break here. Give the person some time to breathe, because they didn't, no, we gave them time here, just not here. This has kind of an up and down motion to it. You have these little hills and mountains. So what if we did not that now? Maybe we'll give them a pickup here. I kind of like the rhythmic pattern, so what if we do the opposite of that rhythmic pattern? So instead of 1 and a 2 and a 3, that's not how this works. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1. What if we did like, and, well no, that would be the same. We would just be taking out the downbeats. Well, the main beats of the 2 and 4. If we went and 1 and 3 and 1. What if we did make this an eighth note? There we go. I kind of like that. Let's hold it. Then we go down to G, F, E. I kind of like that. What if we syncopated this to kind of get an answer to this question up here? So then we have these hills, then we have this big downward swoop. Now what if we didn't have a lot of motion for this next one? It's just there, something like that. So there we go. Now we have text. I am writing a melody. I know, I'm a fantastic poet. First thing is kind of looking at where the stresses are in that phrase. I am writing a melody. So I have ri and mel. rye melon. Food. It's a whole meal. Rye bread and a melon. So, I am writing a melody. We have 2 strong beats on rye and mel, and then overall we have I am writing a melody. We have 8 syllables with 2 strong beats. So we kind of have this little pickup figuration to the rye, so I am writing a melody. We have 2 pickup beats into the rye, and then 3 fall-off beats after the mel, and then 2 in between. What we're gonna have is something that needs to look like... I'm not paying attention to the notes here, I'm just writing it out. Well, I will. Put it on C. So we're gonna have I am writing a melody. However, I think it's actually better to do something like that, with the mel still here, because otherwise it feels like you're kind of syncopating the E as part of the next downbeat. So instead of 1, 2, 3, I am writing a melody, I think it sounds better to have 1, 2, 3, I am writing a melody, 2, 3, 4. I think that sounds a little better. You may disagree. It's up to you. So, we could offset this, so this could start on 2 instead of 4. This could be a lot longer. It could be like 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 instead of eighth notes and quarter notes. There are infinite number of options how to do this. It could be something where we want this I am a melody to stretch across this whole thing, so it's actually a super slow rendition of the text. Or it could be something like this where we use the text a bunch and we just copy paste, we could copy paste this just a bunch of times in a bunch of different ways. And then we've used the text to come up with our melody. I like the idea of giving ourselves a strict number. So I would say let's do this melody, let's use this text twice. So come up with some figure and put it here, and then some figure and put it here. Although this second figure should probably be related to the first. So, what way can we make this little figure here a little bit longer? Something that actually takes up 4 whole beats. So, these were kind of quick. This one was quicker. This one was still on the hastier side. So what if we did something that was a little more longer, lyric, florid? A little more longer. Perfect. So what if we had downbeat, 2, 3, 4, I am. And then what if we held out D? Because it's in this chord, but it's dissonant to this chord. So we have I am writing a melody. With this tied together. I am writing a melody. And then what if we did that same figure again, but now something a little more entertaining here. Because now we're starting on, that's not 5, that's 3. We're starting on 3 and moving to 1. So here we want some kind of a 5 chord, which this actually works as a 5, because we have this. Although, whereas over here this was a resolution down to the C, here it's a passing tone to the B. Although I want to have something like this here at the end, kind of a nice figure on 1. And then I think we should maybe change this up a hair. So now it's a little bit higher. Yeah, how about that? What if we just go with that? There we go. I also forgot that this is actually an A minor, not C major. So this is a 5, it's just a minor 5. But the notes still work the same. Although that makes me think, what if we did something more like this? And we kind of fake them out here. Instead of going may, re, do, we have may, re, do. Fake them out by not going to the do on the downbeat. Kind of prolong that motion downward. Does this all still work? Now we have D. That's the 7th, so we have fa, may, re. Yeah, I think that works. Just kind of adds the 7th to this. If we wanted to change the chord progression, we could make this a lot like that, and make it a lot more 5-1-E. But let's say the chord progressions are set in stones because we wrote them the last time. So, I like this. So there we go. That's writing some melodies from chord progressions. As always, like and subscribe and keep feeling the vibe.